An additional area of concern, especially here in North America, is the rising threat of government regulation, especially as it relates to water quality and water quantity. And that can lead some producers to make choices that can hurt their productivity. And then I would highlight in India an interesting problem for growers there, in addition to the deep struggles they have currently with COVID. The Indian farmers are heavily dependent on their federal government for fertilizer subsidies. And at the moment, fertilizer subsidy rates are not high enough, especially on phosphates, to make Indian farmers have enough incentive to buy the fertilizer they need. I acknowledge up front that the fertilizer industry has probably been a little slow to the technology game in agriculture, among other agriculture companies and sectors, but we are certainly trying to catch up. We're working hard to create new products that will produce better nutrient use efficiency. Really, this is at the nexus between soil health, water quality, and climate smart agricultural practices that help growers be part of the solution to climate change. And at the same time, close productivity gaps we see around the world. Mosaic, for example, recently launched several key and very promising soil health strategic partnerships where we're looking at new products to reduce environmental impacts while boosting yields. For instance, we're looking at biostimulants and biologicals and other products that help fix more fertilizer in the soil and help plants have better access to the nutrients they need. We've made several important commitments to make progress there over the past several months. We're very proud of what we call the Mosaic Villages program. And the program in India specifically is called Krishi Jyoti, which means enlightened agriculture. We've been engaged there for 12 years, and we've impacted hundreds of thousands of lives by going into communities, rural communities, where almost all the farmers farm 1 or less hectares, and we help them understand first how to use better plant nutrition. But we don't just teach them how to use fertilizer. We also, in many areas, we build check dams so that Indian farmers have access to water year-round instead of just during the monsoon season. And we also go and renovate schools in these communities to try to keep the communities whole and keep them intact year-round. A lot of the farmers in the areas where we're working typically would have been itinerant workers for part of the year to try to make ends meet for their family. With this program, we have been able to keep most of those farmers with their families home and even selling surplus food at profit. So we're very proud of the whole program and the impact it's having, and we are ever expanding to new areas. But we often say that fertilizer accounts for half of all crop yields. And so one benefit of that is that it supports life on the planet. Another benefit is that fertilizer helps avoid bringing new lands into production and helps avoid negative impacts like deforestation. And so, fertilizer plays a key role in all productivity, and especially mass productivity. We need huge production in all parts of the world to meet the demand that's going to be there for decades to come. They need food and affordable food, and that's what all of our companies collectively are here to provide.